criminals of Hooch in Kallakurichi. These are criminals. So many lives are lost, but there will be no guilt so far as they are concerned. The death toll in the Hooch tragedy in the Kallakurichi district has now risen to 58. Of these, 32 deaths were reported from the epicenter of the tragedy, Karunapuram, followed by Madhavacheri and Seshasamudram. A total of 155 people, including 5 women and 1 trans person, are undergoing treatment in hospitals, while 7 have been discharged so far. Yesterday, the police arrested Sivakumar from Chennai, who was apparently hiding and who is allegedly the main supplier of methanol, which is used to distill the illicit liquor that killed many in Kallakurichi. Let's take a look at that, then I come back to you. Look at the chaos there. Look at the helplessness there. That's why I say criminals. Apparently, this Sivakumar was supplying the lethal chemical methanol to 2 people, Joseph, also known as Raja, and Madesh, who then further sold it to a man called Chinnadurai, who in turn supplied it to a man called Kannukutti, the end seller who sold the illicit liquor in Kallakurichi's Karunapuram village. That's how the nexus works, and please let the police and politicians don't teach us that they had no idea that this was going on. They deliberately ignored it. Let's hear some political reactions to this Hooch tragedy and then I come back.
It is one of the biggest tragedies of the Hooch tragedy in Tamil Nadu. 56 people, poor people, who have been exploited by these illegal bootleggers have died. And it is absolutely shocking that the Congress, the Rahul's Congress, who otherwise goes around waving the constitution and talking about protecting people's rights, have not uttered a word about their India Alliance partners' government in Tamil Nadu. It is not just shameful and crass on their part to otherwise make use of every tragedy that impacts a poor person and make it political. But when there is this type of havoc that has been created in Tamil Nadu, when 56 families have been devastated, Rahul Gandhi maintains a studious silence. It is for the Rahul Gandhi Congress to clarify what steps that they are demanding from the DMK government, and including seeking the resignation of the excise minister of Tamil Nadu at the earliest.
We are very much concerned about the treatment on our Karyakartas, workers who agitated against this incidents, this illicit liquor cases, illicit deaths. We are very much concerned about the people, but the police was acting as if we are the crime, as if they are treating us people of the criminal like criminals. Their atrocities, and they were not treating the Karyakartas properly, and they arrested them. In spite, they did not allow them to agitate. In a democratic country, every party has the right to agitate.
With due respects to Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, this is more about the poor people who are dead. This is not the time to do politics that the police was harsh on BJP Karyakartas. There is a time for everything. So, what's with the nexus of criminals with other authorities that makes people buy cheap and spurious liquor leading to such a painful death? Let's debate. Kovai Satyan, spokesperson of the AIADMK, has joined us. We are also awaiting Henry Tiffane, who's advocate with Madras High Court, but apparently he's been delayed due to some case. As of now, Kovai Satyan on your screens right now. Kovai, this, Satyan, this kind of tragedy which happens regularly in Tamil Nadu. When I say regularly, I'm not proud of it, but we are all Tamils at the end of the day. But again and again we hear, and it's the same story. There is a supplier who is hand in glove with the local supplier. The local supplier is hand in glove with the authorities and the police. In the end, we see 58 people die. Satyan.
Good evening, Sudha.
Hi.
You can't call this as a tragedy. This is a murder. people who are supposed to protect the common man are the ones behind this. And every criminal is hand in glove with the members of a party, a DMK. And the crimes of proceeds, the share goes to the police, the share goes to the rulers, the share goes to the bootleggers, the share goes to the criminals. It seems to be a very big network. But what is the most saddest part is these people, the ruler DMK, force a collector to lie. When the first incident started coming in, 4 members passed away on the same day. Collector calls a press conference and gives a press release hurriedly saying that those were not related to the illicit liquor. Those were independent deaths. It has nothing to do with the liquor. Believing in his words, there are many who didn't turn up to the hospital in the right time. And those people who came to the hospital screaming in pain, there were no medicines. There were no doctors to attend them. And they were all sent to different parts. Some were sent to Pondicherry, some were sent to Salem, which is another 150 kilometers away. Some were sent to Viluppuram, which is 60 kilometers away. They were made to run helter and skelter, wanting of medicines. Even in those hospitals where they were sent, there were no medicines. The fomepizole, which is supposed to be administered for this, it was not available. And all DMK did was to cover up this. As of today, the information to us, the death stands at 62, but the numbers are not being shown beyond 57 by the collector.
Okay.
The irony is a person who is selling pani puri from UP, he passed away.
Okay.
His family came all the way from UP yesterday, and his body was forced to be buried in the place shown by the police, stating that only if you bury, you will get a compensation of 10 lakhs. Believing that the family buried it, you know what is this story today? The police are saying, please go to your native place and go contact the collector office there, get the credentials that this person is so and he's living there,
What
and come
rubbish
back to
is that?
collect the,
I mean, that's horrible.
and come back, then come back and collect the 10 lakhs. Can you
Yeah.
believe this?
Yes, I know. This
And
is most.
every house or any alternate house has got a policeman station, a heavy contingent of police. You know what is it? They don't want people to come to the street and protest and raise their voice. And Salin is so desperate to wrap this up. He doesn't want a CBI inquiry. He says CBCID will do.
Yeah.
What happened to the CBCID inquiry where 22 lives were lost in the neighboring district,
Yeah.
Viluppuram last year?
Viluppuram. Yes, true, true, true. That's what. But Satyan, I want to ask you something. There is clearly a nexus. It's operating from Chennai. It extends to, Kallakurichi. Of course, there are other in between also middlemen, etc., etc. Tell me something. And I'm going to not DMK. Forget it. Whether it's AIADMK, DMK. Why is it that this doesn't stop? I can understand that most of the distilleries are apparently owned by politicians and the ruling dispensation politicians. But overall, is there no way in which the ruling government can do something? You and I know the reason. Oh, it's Kallakurichi. He's done it even earlier. He's going to do it now. Oh, what is the DM doing? After all, Stalin has seen to it that the bureaucrats from there have been shunted and transferred. But that doesn't really suffice. It's about a combing operation that the police needs to do.
Sudha, yes, what you say is right. In every rule, there are some sporadic incidences like this. But what is the expectation of a common man is, does the government act in the right spirit to bring justice? There were deaths in 2001 in AIADMK regime when Amma were there. But from 2011 till 2021, the 10 years of AIADMK rule, there were not even one death of illicit liquor. There are two separate entities. The TASMAC, which is the cooperative which sells the liquor through the liquor outlets, TASMAC. And this is spurious liquor. And the shocking truth here is some methanol were procured from Chennai, some were procured from Pondicherry. It was diluted with water. It is not an illicit arak. This is a poison water.
Poison, yes. And why is it a lot
It is
of
not
people...
illicit arak.
Yeah, Satyan, many people want to know why is it that those who imbibed this, I'm sure they were extremely poor. They're not privileged like I am or I'm asking you, why is it that they don't go and buy alcohol from a TASMAC shop? Why do they have to buy all this spurious liquor? Is it because it's cheaper?
The TASMAC bottle, 90 ml costs 150 rupees, and you got to bribe 10 rupee or 20 rupee more than that 150 to buy a liquor.
Okay, okay.
This was sold. This is not illicit liquor. This is poisonous water.
Yes, true.
Was sold for 50 rupees.
Right. So that's basically you're getting poison at a cheap rate, but you're drinking it thinking
50
it will give
rupees.
you a kick, and then this is what
Yes.
happens. But tell me, Satyan, if you, because I remember 2021, which I covered, both of you, both the Dravidian parties had said very clearly that we will do a phased out shutdown of TASMAC. Now, DMK has shut down certain TASMAC shops, but the problem here is not so much about TASMAC, although it has a residual impact on liquor being consumed by poor people. TASMAC, like you said, the cost of it. But why is it that TASMAC is such, I mean, the liquor is, everyone talks about it. I know it brings in huge revenue, but no one really, takes cognizance of the fact that what are called belt shops in Andhra Pradesh, this local booze shops. Why is it that we are not strict about it? Is it because the local politician has a share in it?
It has a long history to this, Sudha. There is a fundamental difference between AIADMK and DMK. Our terminal goal is eradication of liquor from the state of Tamil Nadu in a phase-by-phase manner. The first signature of Amma when she resumed power in 2016 is shutting down 500 shops in a single day. But the promise of DMK is if they are voted to power, there will not be a drop of liquor in the state of Tamil Nadu. This was stated by M.K. Stalin in the election rally. And his sister Kanimali, who said, Tamil Nadu hosts the highest number of young widowers because here people are addicted
Alcohol.
to liquor.
Yeah.
He said, it's not about shutting down liquor. Even manufacturers and people who own distilleries in our party will shut their distilleries. That was the promise given to them. That was the promise given to the people of Tamil Nadu.
Right. Yeah.
And did they work constructively towards it after voted to power? The answer is no. They only look at promoting this business further by introducing Tetra packs. Like how you have ATMs, 24/7 automatic vending machines of liquor. And they find means and ways to spread wings to sell liquor and get more revenue for the government, putting the common man's life at stake. And now, the entire bandwagon of their party men are hand in glove with the local people who does bootlegging, who does this business, illicit liquor business. 2022 on the excise policy tabled by DMK, Minister Sindhu Balaji, who is languished in jail for 1 year now.
Yeah.
His policy note on 2022 said, the last 13 years there is no spurious liquor death in the state of Tamil Nadu. They also boasted, we are constituting 96 units, enforcement units, to curb illicit liquor.
Right.
And any policeman who gives a tip will be rewarded 15 lakhs.
Right. So all that is great,
Sudha,
Satyan.
it's
but
been 2 years.
They have
It's
not
been
done
2 years.
anything.
Not
I
even
agree.
one policeman could get that 15 lakhs.
Yeah, forget it. Even the Sterlite thing, what has happened to those policemen? They are still going around, thumping their chest. We know what goes on at the end of the day. But Satyan, today I'm asking
Not even
you.
one policeman was eligible for the reward, wherein in the assembly they chest beat saying that 7.5 lakh liters of spurious liquor is eradicated,
Right.
is confiscated.
Yes, but today,
And not even one policeman were able to give a tip off. Look at the irony. That's what we say. Everybody are hand in glove in the crime process.
Absolutely.
That includes the policeman.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I'm calling it the criminals of Hooch. These are criminals. And from top to bottom, they are criminals. But as of today, you are giving us more horror stories, no hospitals close by, how 10 lakhs was, promised to this man who used to sell pani puri from UP. Families they've asked to go back and collect it from there. Policemen standing at doorsteps, looking at it that there are no street protests, etc. But as of today, Kovai Satyan, as a Tamil, because all said and done, we belong to this soil. What is that one thing you want to do? You can't say let Muka Stalin resign. But can we do something to clean up the system in and around Kallakurichi?
We can't have an incompetent leader playing with the lives of a common man, Sudha.
Okay.
It is not that without any merit we are seeking the resignation of M.K. Stalin. I quoted the loss of 22 lives last year in Viluppuram. He made such a big statement saying that he will act with an iron hand and iron fist. wherein his NRI member of DMK is behind bars with a 2000 crore network of smuggling of drugs, synthetic drugs.
All right,
Can you believe this?